Abure and the other 4 persons still remain restrained, and any act on behalf of the party they are carrying out anywhere they are found, anywhere, is an act in futility. It's an illegal act. So that is what happened today. So the court, they brought a notice of appeal to the order made by the court as at the last time when we came, and the court today, of course, like it is expected, since they have appealed to the Court of Appeal, it is necessary and expected for the court to stay proceeding. So what they have done today is a stay of proceeding, not stay of execution. I just laugh whether some people are even lawyers, like they are claiming. There's nothing like stay of execution yet, too, because the matter had not been completed. It is when matter is completed that you can bring application for stay of execution. And unfortunately, the matter here is a declaratory matter. Any judgment here will be declaratory judgment. You don't stay a declaratory judgment. You can only stay an executory judgment. So that point must be made clear. So this order of this honorable court restraining Abure and the 3 others still remains, and they remain suspended, pending to another subsequent order, either vacating it or setting it aside is made. So that is the business of today, and that is the position as at now.
It is normal that nature above vacuum, and even in the constitution, nature above vacuum, once he has been restrained with order, the NWC met to appoint the next in line, which is the deputy national chairman. That's the most senior person, the deputy to Abure, that is Alhaji Bashiru Lamidi Apapa. And we also appointed the deputy secretary in line with our constitution. Once the national secretary is capacitated, the deputy secretary will step in. So that was what we did. It wasn't the court. The court made it clear that it's not the business of the court to appoint officers. It is the business of the political party. And since our constitution is essentially clear that once the national chairman is capacitated or national secretary, the deputy national chairman, the most senior, will come in as in national capacity, while the deputy secretary will also come in national capacity. That is exactly what we have done, and we thank my Lord for asking the senior learning council representing the other side, that is Abure and co, that is my order still subsisting or not, and he answered in affirmative that the order still subsist, and so the court rule that his order still subsist until when set aside by the Court of Appeal. So for anything that has been done after on the 5th of April by Abure and his cohort, they did that in illegality and is not going to stand in law.
On the 5th of April, the court asked them to stop parading themselves as the national chairman, the national secretary, national treasurer, and the national organizing secretary of the party. You recall that when we met on the 12th of this month, there was a ruling delivered on the notice of preliminary objection filed by Abure and Farouk, and the court dismissed that preliminary objection. They have now gone on appeal to challenge that ruling, and having gone on appeal, they came before the court this morning on mere ipse dixit, asking the court to stay proceedings. The court, in its wisdom, say because the matter is pending at the Court of Appeal, that is going to stay proceedings in this matter. But the trial judge also warned because of the miscomprehension of his order that is out there, being given different interpretation from different quarters to suit their claim that his order restraining Abure, Farouk, the national treasurer and the national organizing secretary of Labour Party from parading themselves as national officers of the party still remains. So the essence of this application for stay, the order for stay of proceedings today is to await the outcome of the intermediate court, which is the appeal court, on the matter. So as it stands, anybody who continues to do any business with them will be doing it at his or her own risk. The best advice I can give them is for them to wait, if they so love them so much, until we hear from the Court of Appeal. Otherwise, they remain prevented from parading themselves in those capacities. Thank you so much.
Sorry, the judge also mentioned that he didn't make any appointments. He never made any appointments.
Yes, my lord, he never made any appointment. The only order the court made was to restrain Abure and 3 others from parading themselves as national officers. The court never made any appointment. Yes. So if, it falls on the party to do whatever that is allowable by their constitution, the party's constitution.
What happened was that following the ex parte application, we raised a preliminary objection on jurisdiction. And of course, His Lordship thought fit to assume jurisdiction. Dissatisfied, we filed an appeal against the assumption of that jurisdiction. This morning, we were able to convince His Lordship that there is a cogent and pending appeal before the Court of Appeal. And in deference to the hierarchy of courts, His Lordship decided to stay the proceedings before him, pending the application for stay at the Court of Appeal. That's all that happened. Nothing controversial, nothing untoward, nothing, just a pending appeal, and he was convinced that the appeal is real. And in deference to the hierarchy of courts, he differed and said the matter here will be stayed until the outcome of the matter before the Court of Appeal. Nothing sensational. And he warned, and I must say this, that politicians must be careful about writing things that happen in court. And journalists also must be warned about sensationalizing court matters. The matters, however passionate you feel about it, will go either one way or the other. And what has happened today is that Milord just felt that he was convinced that there's a valid appeal pending at the Court of Appeal, and he just stayed the further proceedings here in due deference to the hierarchy of courts in the Federal Republic of Nigeria and in the judiciary. That's all.
So does it mean that after the pending appeal in the Court of Appeal, will the case still come back here?
That will depend on what the Court of Appeal says. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.